Let's return now to the news that the Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has been removed from office over a controversial phone call. Our Southeast Asia correspondent Jonathan Head joins us live from the Thailand-Cambodia border. And this was a phone call with the former Cambodian leader. Jonathan, just remind us briefly of what it entailed.
Yeah, I mean, Paetongtarn Shinawatra is quite an inexperienced character in politics anyway. She only became Prime Minister last year, largely because she's her father's daughter. Thaksin Shinawatra is the main power behind her party. When the Thai border dispute with Cambodia here started to heat up in sort of May, June, she had a phone call with Hun Sen, who's really the dominant power here in Cambodia, in which she thought it was confidential. She essentially appealed to him as an old friend of her father's. They are long-standing family friends, to help her solve the problem, said she'd do anything to try and make things easier, and criticised her own army commander, the commander just on the other side of the border from where I am, saying, actually, you know, he's opposing my government. Now, I think there's no secret that her government and the army don't get on, and she's defended herself by saying, you know, that I was trying to sort of help resolve the problem. But the judges didn't buy that defence at all. They essentially said that she had failed to maintain the country's national pride and that she'd put personal interest. That was a hint towards the business interests of her party and her family before those of the nation. Now, she is the 5th Prime Minister to be sacked by the Constitutional Court. Dozens of politicians, many political parties have also been dismissed by the court. She's the 2nd Prime Minister from this party to be dismissed in just a year. So it shows that this court, the Constitutional Court, is enormously powerful in Thailand and intervenes constantly where it sees ethics being violated, which is what it saw this time. And it leaves Thailand now in a very unstable position because, frankly, there isn't a very obvious successor to Paetongtarn. There's a very limited choice of candidates they'll know how to choose from.
And what are the main political priorities for the country at the moment?
Quite simple. Stability. There's not stability in Thailand. There's obviously a lot of instability. And a much better economy. The economy has been stagnating for a long time. Paetongtarn's party and her father Thaksin, their whole MO, their whole brand has been that they can revive the economy. So when they managed to cobble together this coalition government 2 years ago by pushing aside the Reformist Party, which had actually got the most seats in the election, they promised they would do that. In 2 years, they haven't. So she doesn't lead a popular government anyway. Her majority has been whittled right down. It's very chaotic. I think a lot of Thais are just weary. And I think weary not just by the squabbling of politicians and their failure to deliver, but weary about the fact that every time an election delivers a result, it's usually the courts and unelected bodies who decide who governs the country and not generally the will of the people.
Jonathan, for the moment, thank you very much. Jonathan Head. Well, there's a live page that you can access on the BBC News website or the app, and there's reaction to the Thai Prime Minister being ousted from office.